By Hot 10 list. Thanks so much.
This is the CBSI Hot 10 list. Oh my God.
It is.
Ah!
Well, okay. That was ridiculous.
That's too
Number
loud.
10.
All right. Okay, for real, Russ. Let's get into this, dude. Let's just actually tell the comic book community what the heck is going on.
Well, you know what? We get this list every week from our friends over at comicbookinvest.com, CBSI. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, this is the top 10 movers and shakers in the industry. And these guys monitor books over the course of the last 7 days and see what's going up on eBay and see what's going up on other sites and what is moving. And we get to compile that information and present it to you in a video format weekly, every Friday.
You said that so well, Russ. I don't even know what else to say besides you should hit the subscribe button if you're not currently following our channel, because we do pump out this video every week on Friday and we do a lot of comic book content. So let's jump into it. We're going to start it at number 10 because we have a fantastic book. We have The Devil's number 1. Post-World War II, you have Japanese war veterans. The war is settled, but they find themselves in a swampland where they experience either hallucinations, they experience some type of spiritual thing, or some type of supernatural thing, and they see some crazy stuff. It's a horror book. However, it's based off a true story. These are actual stories from these veterans, and it seems really interesting. It's popping in the community, and it's going for a good amount of money right out the gate.
$15 to $20 on the aftermarket. It seems that this book is a one-shot. It's not an ongoing. It's not a series, but we may very well see second and third prints. And as you know, the second and third prints will probably have variant covers. So keep an eye out for that. If you can't find a first print, we may end up seeing second or third prints from this book.
Aquaman, New 52. There's actually been a handful of books that surprised the market that have spiked over this last year because of the movie. Coming in at number 9, we have issue number 2. This is the first appearance of the Trench King. We have confirmation that we're getting an Aquaman 2. It did so well. DC is freaking out, and they're saying that it's going to be following the Trench, which is the Aquaman New 52 storyline. One of the first breakdown videos Fire Guy Ryan and I did. Great run.
Oh, totally.
Jeff Johns, and it is fantastic. Really made Aquaman cool to a lot of people in 2011. And this book is seeing spikes between $15 and $20. They're saying that this Aquaman sequel is going to be a horror film. I'm not going to buy that yet because they said that about the first one, and it did not turn out to be a horror movie.
Right.
I think that could be good. When they're in the deep and it's scary, it's dark, we got some interesting creatures. And if you've read The Trench, you know that the creatures that lie within it are terrifying. Keep an eye out for these Aquaman books. They are out there, they're attainable, and they are being missed. You got to take over number 8 because some crazy stuff is happening.
Number 8, Rye number 0. This is a Valiant book. And my God, this has been a solid book, $20, $25 for quite a few years. And all of a sudden, we are seeing things spiking in the Valiant universe. And a lot of this has to do with the Bloodshot movie that's going to be coming out soon. You got Vin Diesel who's starring in the movie. They're in production. They're already shooting. We've seen Bloodshot 0 spiking. We've seen this. Rye number 0 is the first full appearance of Bloodshot. Graded ones of these, they have the 9.8 matte versions are going over 200. The regular ones, the glossies, are going for 400 or more. And Tom and I were seeing prices that were even higher. And it's one of those books that it was so hot for so long, it made Wizard's Hot 10 list for months at a time.
Wizard was pumping this out. I mean, we're going through looking at these old Wizards, and this issue's on there, and they were saying this is a monumental moment. You know, this is where the universes kind of collide here.
It's the bridge between Valiant and Image to be able to have the two of them come together. It also was the bridge between Rye 1 through 8 and Rye and the Future Force number 9. So in the Valiant universe, this is a very, very important book because it was printed between Rye 8 and Rye 9. Print run was pretty high, like 250,000 or so. Put into perspective, that's as much as the Justice League number 1 that came out this last year was just printed. So a major title like Justice League, at the point in time that this came out, Valiant had a 33% market share. Valiant was the big dog. I mean, you had Marvel and DC and Valiant, and they all had major shares. So the fact that you have a Rye number 0 that has a huge print run that all of a sudden is spiking again, something's happening. It's crazy.
All right, we got to watch out for this run because if this is successful, we see Vin Diesel bring a Valiant issue to the screen and have it be successful. It opens up the doors for things like Exo Manowar. We have other Valiant properties that are just waiting in anticipation,
Right.
hoping that something's going to be done. All right. Number 7 on the list, we have Avengers No Road Home #1. Adam Hughes making the list at this 1 in 50 variant. This one's going for between $60 and $70. And you know what? Right out the gate, it was a popular book. It's maintained those level of sales. Adam Hughes hasn't made this list often, but he has some comic books in this last few months that have really been popping on Instagram.
Oh, absolutely. Adam Hughes is a very, very popular person. And even though something like this, that the Avengers No Road Home, okay, Adam Hughes finally did a variant, but he's doing a lot of these other variants. There's that, we were talking about the variant earlier, the Sabrina variant that he did.
Dude,
It's
that landed hard.
Oh my God, it was $20 a month ago, and I don't even think it is released yet, and it's selling for
Above 200, I think.
Yeah, for
Already.
a Sabrina because of the Netflix tie-in. So Adam Hughes is hot. Adam Hughes has been hot for a very, very long time. And this Avengers cover is a very, very cool one. It's tough to find because, again, it's a 1 in 50, so it's going to be a little bit scarcer. Not that many stores are going to have bought. I only bought 12 copies of this comic, so I'm not getting the 1 in 50, and I won't have the 1 in 50.
1 in 50, that ratio is tough, but $60 to $70 is pretty attainable. And we do have other 1 in 50s that we're going to be talking about on this list that have gone up and seen some gains that you wish you would have gotten at $60. We'll get to that. Let's jump in over here at number 6. We have Dead Man Logan. Number 4, the Gerardo Zaffino 1 in 25 variant. This is a book that is going for $60 to $70 as well. Now, this one is really cool. We know that he's done a couple other variants that have made this list in this last couple weeks. This is an artist, though, that came on my radar after reading that Conan #1. He has a Virgin variant and a black and white sketch variant of Conan #1. That's fantastic. And then I'm like, you know what? I recognize that name. And another book came to mind. He did a couple variants for God Country. Issue number 5 and 6 are awesome, but my favorite is the Spawn variant. And I know you've seen that one.
God Country, absolutely. You know, Tom, you're just finding some way to slip Donnie Cates into this list every time.
Yes, sir, Kate. So we got to make it happen. Halfway through the list, we have some members to give some shout outs to.
We really, really do. And you know what? Yes, you got your wish.
Oh,
I talked to Tom. We saw this, and yes, Tom did want to see the side-by-side
I
with Jason
did.
and Cheryl Blossom.
I straight up asked for it. I'm like, I really want to just display this comic next to that original Betty and Veronica.
And it's so cool because yes, up in Canada, hey Canada homie, we have side by side. This photo is so cool to be able to have the graded of the Betty and Veronica and the actual Stadium Comics version of the Jason and Cheryl Blossom 666. Oh my God, super cool.
For Cheryl Blossom.
Yep.
Very cool. We also have FEB 5990. He's shown off a bunch of books that have made the hot list recently. We have the Black Knight key over at Avengers 47. We have the First Eternals there. He's got Ronin keys. Good stuff.
Absolutely. John's Box Comics got 2 copies of the Immortal Hulk Zaffino variants. Wow.
Ooh, I kind of alluded to that comic book earlier. We'll see if that makes the list here pretty soon, but not before we talk about Only Comic Fans, who's showing off his second print of Hulk 377. Dude, that book, still, I'm seeing posts every day of people hunting for that book.
Mm-hmm. It's just one of those ones that you're going to find in the $1 bin, $2 bin at a lot of shops because they haven't thought it's a Hulk from the 90s. It seems like it's a high print run, but it's still very, very desirable. That Hulk 377 is on a lot of people's lists. And also, Zach Buys Comics got a table full of hot books from last month. ASM 13, very cool. First Mysterio. 2 copies of that Harley Derek Chu variant, Savage Shores, and that Batwoman Detective 854, the first Alice.
Absolutely. Made that list last week. All those books. Really cool collection. Thanks for showing that. Let's take a look at what we have over here at number 5.
Now, this is the third high ratio variant that was literally released this week. So a lot of these are going to be tough to find out there. And I know at least up here in the Pacific Northwest, none of the comic shops got our comics on time. So that actually might be one of the reasons why we're seeing more of a spike here. But Captain Marvel, number 2, the Chris Bacala 1 in 50 variant. It's a very cool black cover. This is actually a wider range and a little bit higher from $80 to $100. Ooh, so cool. Captain Marvel is coming up. We know the movie is hot. Number 2 literally came out today, or 3 days ago, technically. Yes, but yeah.
And people snagging them up.
They are.
We're already seeing really positive ratings and reviews. They're expecting huge box office numbers for Miss Marvel. We have variants that are seeing all-time high on this book. We also had some other things that were updated this last week that I'm not seeing talked about in the community. It's pretty big news. We talked about it last year. Chewie, her cat.
Okay.
All right. Chewie the cat. It's an alien. It's a flerken. It has superpowers. It can teleport. It has these tentacles in its mouth. All right. But we weren't sure if
Sounds like Alf.
It kind of does a little bit. But we weren't sure if it was going to make the movie. We saw the cat in the picture, and that caused giant size Miss Marvel #1 to spike,
Right.
which is Chewie's first appearance. We got a teaser in December. Funko released the cat, an image of what the Funko Pop's going to look like for Miss Marvel and Chewie. Wait a minute, wasn't Chewie. Had a different name on the tag. The tag said Goose. So all of a sudden, everyone thought this isn't Chewie.
Uh-oh.
Maybe this isn't a character that is going to have, maybe it's just a cat. Until this last week, we see a toy released by Hasbro. This cat has tentacles in its mouth. It's a flerken. Apparently, it steals the show. Like, this is the character in the movie that people are freaking out about. And this book is seeing changes in its price. It's going for under 30. It's going for over 20. I think it's a book we need to keep an eye out for.
Okay, just keep in mind that before Phantom Menace came out, Jar Jar Binks was supposed to be the one to steal the show, and we all know how that ended.
Very, very good point. Is it going to be a Lockjaw? Is it going to be the next Rocket Raccoon? We will soon find out.
We absolutely will. And another one of those absolutes, number 4, Immortal Hulk, number 2.
What is going on?
Stand
with this
strong.
run, dude.
This whole run is fantastic. We're seeing second and third prints of some of these books. Number 2, first appearance of Dr. Fry, is still hot. It is up to $60 to $70 this week.
$70
for a first print.
for
Yes,
this book.
it absolutely is. The Safino variant is still staying hot on that one, just as it was last week. This is not going anywhere.
Wow. Okay. So if this isn't on your pull list, I don't know what you're doing. It's on my pull list. Ryan's been reading it, and it's really good too.
Yeah, well, I know next week is when we will be getting second prints of a lot of these back issues. So check out your local comic book store, because if you are not reading it, you'll be able to get the trade paperback. Volume 2 of the trade paperback, I think, is coming out next week as well. So you'll be able to catch up on 6 through 12 and just, it's good. You got to pick it up. You really, really do.
Okay, let's take a look at number 3. We have the Savage Shores #1.
Told you my favorite.
Oh, you called it, man. Well,
Yep.
the number 3 made the list last week. Really cool demon cover. It's another horror book. Really cool seeing so much love for horror on the list lately. And we have the number 1 spiking. This was a book that was going for under $20.
It was.
Now, do you know what it's going for?
What's it going for, Tom?
I'm going to triple check this number because it says it's going for over $50 now. That's a week.
Yeah. Actually, it was a week. And CBSI is talking about how it possibly is the fear of missing out, or people maybe not realizing how cool this book was until now. And we do see things spiking. We even talked about the Tomb of Dracula #1 homage cover that was out last week.
Dude, we didn't. I was like, Russ, we should get this book, man. This is really freaking cool. And I made it the thumbnail of the video and everything.
Yep.
$100. It was $15 last week.
There was a buy it now of it for $100 in the last week because of this book. It's rad. I love this book.
It's a great.
I wish I had more.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones where it's like sometimes your gut tells you that it's going to be hot, and you pick up that Immortal Hulk #2. You pick up that Tomb of Dracula homage. It's the Savage Shores. It's a tongue twister, but you know what? It's on the list.
50 plus for a first print of #1.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
All right, coming in at number 2 on the list, to no surprise, Tales of Suspense, issue number 52. We have some Silver Age goodness making the list. It feels good. It feels good. We're talking about these like 1 in 50 variants, and that's, it's a little difficult. We know the community feels it. It's like, another 1 in 50 variant. But then we talk some silver, and it's like, all right, we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back to the Silver Age, the good Silver Age. We have the first appearance of Black Widow. We got a movie coming. We got all-time highs.
And the Tales of Suspense run is so great. You've got Iron Man appearance, you have Hawkeye, you have Black Widow. I mean, you just have so many fantastic
And you have like the changes of his costume in those Iron Man appearances. So you have some really, really choice comic moments.
And
there.
even the later ones in the run where you've got like the Captain America and the Black Panther and the Captain America hanging out with Iron Man, all the other stuff. The covers are great. You can get nice low-grade reader copies in the $5 to $10 range. You can even get some of these Keys reader copies for, $80 to $100. So this is a great run to start looking at. Tales of Suspense is a good one to pick up. And Tales of Suspense 52, well, if you don't have your Black Widow already, you might have missed out.
All right, let's take a look at these prices. We'll start at the lowest end at a 2.5, hitting all-time highs at $425. We have 5.0s reaching $650. We have 6.5s selling for $1,300 plus. Wow. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. I think this could be a really cool movie. We've had some discussion about different genres of Marvel movies that could be coming out. Master of Kung Fu, maybe getting an actual Kung Fu movie. Black Widow, maybe we'll get like a spy thriller. I mean, come on, let's see some different genres come out of this universe. We got number 1 on the list, coming in strong because of Hulu. Thank you, Hulu. Thank you, Hulu, for taking chances. We got Hit Monkey number 1 making the list, Russ. What is happening?
I think we are living in a parallel upside down universe. Hit Monkey? What?
$10 book. This book is out in bins. Go find them for a couple reasons. One, this once $10 book is going for over 40 because Hulu is giving a green light to an adaptation. Second thing, this is a really cool run. If you haven't read Hit Monkey, read the first issue. You can find it online. This is a funny read, man. It's about an assassin who trains a monkey in his assassin ways, and by the end of the first issue, he dies, and the monkey has to kind of take over.
Spoilers.
It came out in 2010.
Spoilers.
Still, it's worth a read, and you got to go and read it before Hulu puts it out because you're going to be watching it. Because a Hulu show that involves a monkey just shooting up mobsters. It's going to be crazy.
Oh my God, that does sound amazing in a very weird sort of way.
All right. And then also take a look at Deadpool issue number 19. That's his second appearance. And it was that random appearance that actually caused him to gain some popularity when he first came out. Now, it's still low-key character, but you know what? With that adaptation, I think this is I'm excited. I think this actually could be a really good show. So I'm going to be checking it out. We're going to be following Hit Monkey.
That is very, very cool. Again, thank you so much to the guys over at CBSI comicbookinvest.com for getting us this list. This is always fun, and we really do appreciate the support we get from you and the rest of the comic book community.
Yeah, don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We make a lot of comic book content. Would love to have you here. And want to give a quick little shout out to the winner of last week's giveaway.
Congratulations to Robert Martinez, who won a copy of the Superman number 700-page giant size, the one where Lois Lane gets beat the heck up.
Oh, congratulations. And we do have another giveaway, but you know what? We're not going to be doing it. This giveaway is going to be brought to you by CBSI.
It is super, super cool. Now, comicbookinvest.com, the guys over there got an exclusive. It is 250 copies of the Knights of Golden Sun, this great Mad Cave comic.
They got an exclusive, like it's a CBSI exclusive.
They're sealed in
Original.
Mylar. There's only 250 of them made. They are hand numbered, and they have given 2 to us to be able to give out on our channel to the Hot 10 list. So like, subscribe, comment down below because we are giving away 2 copies of Knights of Golden Sun number 1. Now, you know the main cover was going for between $40 and $50, and it's settled around $20 right now, but these exclusive ones are even rarer for a really super hot book.
A portion of these goes to charity.
Yeah, part of the
right?
proceeds is actually going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So it's a great cause, and you're getting a great book supporting a lot of good things. So many wonderful things happening right now.
Very cool. Thank you so much, comic book fam. And as always,
Geek responsibly.
enough said. Thanks so much for watching the video. It's the 15th, last day to sign up for the February mystery mail call box. Links in the description to reserve it. And it's the last day to post your January mystery mail call box. Remember to do that on Instagram. We send out extra bonus boxes every month, and that's how you qualify.